don't know how to introduce you.
I'm your dad. What are you talking about?
哟，大家好，欢迎来到小马逛吃。今天有一个我爸爸。
How Joe, but Jen?
I'm a little bit ill, as you can hear. Dad, what is your situation currently?
I've got a thing called sciatica, which is caused by a slip disc in your back pushing on the sciatic nerve. The nerve runs all the way down my leg, so the pain is in my left leg. Very painful. So I have to take painkillers. It's horrible.
祝我爸爸早点恢复，好吧？好，谢谢。
谢谢。
So this is a video I haven't seen, is that right?
Oh yeah. If you'd seen this, then I'd be worried.
Okay. Is it you?
No. 今天我们要看一个网上最近特别火的一个视频。The whole video is in Chinese, and this lady who's speaking throughout the video, she speaks extremely fast. I have to basically pause it and translate. This is going to be a reaction video, but also test on my Chinese skills, which is going to be fun, I guess.
Bring it on.
So first thing she's starting with. Look at Dad's face already. Because this topic, there's so much to say, I can't fit it all in one episode. Okay. So that's just what she's saying now.
What's that on her head?
I don't know. She said, recently I've been to England. I stayed about half a month. I thought the food was rather questionable. It's gonna be so difficult. When she came 15 years ago, she thought the food was bad, but she's gonna give it another chance. It was so bad that I was rolling on the floor. She's basically using different metaphors of saying how bad the food was. Do you want to know specifically how she's describing how bad the food was?
Is it important?
Not really.
Go on then.
No one can understand my rage. I nearly died there. If you're like a white person, sorry to upset you. Here's the point of view of someone from a different skin color.
Yeah.
So that's stargazy pie. She said, actually, English people don't even eat this.
I've never even seen one.
I went and ate it in a pub.
I've never ever heard about it.
I swear to God, I'm not eating it. Even if you don't make food look so scary, you can still find English food that doesn't taste very good. 大家如果我翻译的不对，在弹幕里告诉我哦。
英国人在烹饪方面不靠掠夺，有自己的四大奇迹：反人类的味觉、机械绘画的盲盒食材和烹饪天赋。尤其英国人在调味方面绝对。
So now she's saying there's 4 reasons why this isn't good. I couldn't really understand what the 4 different reasons were. I was trying to figure out why is English food not that good, and then I finally realized the English are cursed. Colonized half the world because of spices and sugars and stuff like that, but they're only left with salt and pepper. I thought that was pretty funny. Saying in London, 3 big English food is fish and chips, pizza, and spaghetti. Now we'll talk about the vinegar that they put on the fries. She said, I don't mind if you put vinegar on my chips, but the flavour of vinegar with fish, I really can't deal with. But I love vinegar on my fried fish.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a vinegar freak. Me and you both. Mum doesn't like vinegar.
No. So maybe it is an English thing.
Could be.
It's white. Shane, we love salt and vinegar flavour things, and everywhere you go you smell salt and vinegar crisps smell like dirty socks to her.
I love salt and vinegar crisps.
It's one of my favourites. Salt and vinegar crisps is the best.
Yeah, I think so.
The best.
The other week I found them in Tesco, salt and vinegar nuts. Salt and vinegar flavoured peanuts. How weird, but they're lovely.
Her commentary now on English food and English people liking vinegar and stuff, it's all coming from a place of truth or accuracy.
Yeah, I just don't know why she has to be doing her makeup while she's telling us. Perhaps we should be doing our makeup while we're reacting to her video.
下期一定。
I've had them today.
It's chocolate Bowser's.
Oh no, I didn't have them. I had the vegetable
And then on
one.
the right she's got sea salt caramel bao.
What?
Yeah. You can't, even my dad's like, what? Now we're talking about the desserts in the UK.
Okay.
She said some people say, oh, sweet stuff in the UK is pretty good. And she's going, She said, as long as you have money, you can get a better food on the moon than in the UK.
就这么说吧，英国80%街上卖的甜点的糖用量。
I think it's a very common thing for the Western and the UK desserts and sweets. They always say that we use way too much sugar and it's always way too sweet. And to be honest, when I first came to the UK, I did notice how sweet it was.
Yeah.
英国人不会做海绵蛋糕，但是会做海绵。
This bit I didn't agree with. She said we can't make sponge cakes apparently. And I, for one, make a really good sponge cake at work, so I disagree with this.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. As an English person watching this video, it is kind of upsetting.
Kind of hard to understand what the point is.
She's just talking about her experience with English food.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to agree, you don't have to disagree.
Right.
When I first watched it, I thought I understood, but then translating it to you,
Yeah,
I
that's
realized how much I didn't understand.
Yeah.
Here she's like doing some sort of Chinese poem that I didn't really understand.
它的原因可能是尝不出来吧，因为味觉被诅咒了。
Saying our taste buds are cursed because of the colonial period.
调料和食材各出各的，这是一种什么感觉呢？就是你明明感觉知道它咸淡够了，但又觉得没有味道。
That is another thing, is like oftentimes you'll think, oh, this is salty enough or this is savory enough, but it doesn't taste seasoned. And I think there's some truth to that. A lot of English food is quite bland in spices, and salt and pepper is kind of the most prevalent spices. Okay, this is another part that I can side with her on. Now she's
Okay.
talking about how English people cook rice.
Rice.
Saying if you dropped the grain of rice that an English person cooked, it would make a blank. Tastes like they've taken rice, boiled and ready, and then washed it through water and then served it to you. Charlie was saying this in our most recent video as well. He said growing up, his parents never knew how to cook rice.
Growing up, we'd have a curry, for example, with rice, but I didn't know anything else. Now we have our own rice cooker. And recently, you know, I just got the really good one. And our old one, I gave it to my younger brother, Kevin. And I was just up there recently, and I asked him and his wife, and they were like, oh, game changer.
Yeah.
It's completely changed their cooking habits and the way that they cook the rice. They just put the rice in the rice cooker.
That is a big thing.
If you didn't have a rice cooker and you didn't know what a rice cooker was, you would honestly think, why do you need a rice cooker? You just boil it, right?
So there's a couple experiences that I've had that have made me scared of English people cooking rice. And like the easy cook rice is the scariest thing for me. We had a bag of it, and I think we've had it for a long time because I never use it. You guys use it sometimes. It's basically like parboiled rice. So it's parboiled rice. It's half cooked, dried. Whatever you do, it's not going to be that nice because it's lost all its starch content. So you boil it, and each grain is just separated and plasticky. It just tastes like plastic pellet. I was on holiday with my mates a year ago, and I had this friend, he was Nigerian. We were cooking rice for dinner. I was delegating because I had a lot to do. Who knows how to cook rice? Me, okay, you cook the rice. He boiled the kettle, and that was already like, whoa, what are you doing?
A red flag.
Yeah. But he told me that when you cook basmati rice or long grain rice in certain countries, you will boil it almost like a pasta, or you'll, use already boiling water. So there's different ways to cook rice, but the English haven't really figured it out.
英国回来后，英国的赎罪变成了我们之间的一个形容词。
She said after they went to uni in the UK and went back to China, her group of friends, they used an English chef as an adjective to describe something. So she said, oh, how's your homework going? Like an English chef. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Now she's saying, time's run out. I'll see you in the next episode.
Excellent.
That was that video. Let's talk about some good English food. What is like some of the English food that you grew up eating?
My dad was famous for making curries.
Good old English curry.
Yeah, like a chicken curry, but it was his own style, it was like a kind of an Indian style.
Do you want to tell that story?
Well, he said, tonight, lads, I'm making a thigh curry. And we thought you meant like the thigh of a chicken.
Yeah.
Because he always made a chicken curry. He said, no, from Thailand. Because he wasn't very good at pronouncing things.
Thailand.
Thailand.
Taigo.
Of course, it's Thai. So he said he's going to make a thigh curry. But that was funny. My mum used to make lots of desserts, like toffee flavoured things, and a thing called coconut ice, which was made of real coconut. It was just absolutely amazing. But she used to make scones, scones. She used to make cheese scones, which are just to die for, with butter on, walk straight out of the oven. Home-baked pies.
I do love a pie.
So Mum used to make a nice spaghetti bolognese on a Friday night when we'd come in from work. And she used to make amazing Sunday roast. And she used to make great Yorkshire puddings.
A Yorkshire pudding is basically a very thin pancake batter, yeah. And then you heat up a tray in the oven with like these little holes. And then you put the fat in there. Once it's hot, you pour the Yorkshire pudding in.
You don't open the oven.
And it basically goes vroom.
Yeah, and they're just beautiful.
I think good English food, good English produce and good English ingredients with simple flavors. You can have really tasty and seasoned food without crazy, not crazy, but like very
Lots of spices.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a wild array of spices.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think English food, as I said, is like you get your meat, your veg, your carb, like your Yorkshire spuds or whatever.
Roast potatoes. I mean, it sounds simple. You can make good ones and bad ones, and if you do them really well, they can be amazing. But of course, growing up, you know, there was also simple things like beans on toast, for example. You know what I mean? As kids.
And I think there is like one of the points she made, the World War II, and I do feel like, you know, beans on toast and stuff like that. It feels like a very like an easy comfort food that was born out of sort of
Harder times. Yeah, it could be. And another thing that's just reminded me of, I remember in my teens hearing about a carrot cake and thinking, ew, how can a cake made from carrots be any good? And I think that came from the war. There was a lack of certain ingredients. You had to get creative, right? So carrot cake is made for that reason, I think. Sorry, I had to stand up because my leg was hurting. I didn't agree with much, to be honest. I agree that the British like vinegar. I do love vinegar.
I adore it.
Yeah, so that's good for me. I like salt and vinegar crisps. I like salt and vinegar anything, really. I typically do this, right? Put some vinegar on, put some salt on, and then put some more vinegar on.
Yeah.
You do the same?
Yeah, I do exactly the
That's what
same.
I do, yeah. Just couldn't agree with her about the desserts, the sweets.
You are British though.
I'm not really a sweet sort of eating person, really.
You do have a sweet
sometimes.
tooth.
I do have a sweet tooth.
Yeah.
But what I mean is, I think there's loads of different British desserts. Personally, like sticky toffee pudding, I think is amazing. I miss a really sickly, kind of caramelly thing. Could you make me something?
We just proved that the English gentleman loves sugary stuff.
I do.
UK cuisine is definitely something that you should try in a good restaurant, a good pub. You will find lovely English food. Don't listen to everything you hear online. We do have some lovely food here.
I would love to hear where that lady, which restaurants did she try?
She was here for a long time, so I'm sure she tried lots of
what-
stuff. 不要忘了点赞、关注、留个评论、手上投个币。下期再见，拜拜。Okay, I have to run to work now. God, we're complete different heights.
Yeah, get your little bum down there.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to show you guys what's going on in my kitchen right now.
Alex was saying, oh, they're really expensive.
It costs a fortune.
How's it going? Hey, we have gas.